So Premier League is back after match day one of UEFA Champions League, and it's won't be exaggerating if I say that Chelsea needs to step up a little bit from here on. We haven't done a great work when it comes to few games. We should have won the Brentford game, and in the Bayern Munich game, UCL night, we were completely outplayed. So, talking from Chelsea's perspective, this game is really important. And let's start with looking at the Premier League table here. Three teams go into match week five as unbeaten: Liverpool, Chelsea, and Crystal Palace. But if you see this striking difference between Chelsea and Liverpool here, they have won all four, and we have dropped points in two of them. And of this, you know, in this two Brentford game, we should have closed up. We should have won that game. First half, we were not pretty good enough. So Liverpool will face Everton, and City are out of top four here. But the win against Manchester United, that will be a huge boost. They have won their game in the UCL match day one as well, so morale will be high on them. If we talk of Manchester United, this is a must-win game. This is a must-win game for Ruben Amorim. This is a must-win game for Ruben Amorim. Okay, so बाकी टीमों की बात धीरे धीरे करेंगे. We'll talk of the teams. Sunderland is playing well. The OG teams of Barclays Premier League. Let's go into the predictions here. Match week 5 score predictor, the Premier League score predictor. Liverpool versus Everton. If we look at Everton, two wins, a draw, and a loss. Not the worst of forms, but not even the best. And Liverpool, 4 out of 4 wins. Winning it in the last moment. Confidence will be high. Uh, I'll go with Liverpool looks little shaky in terms of defense. Well, can Everton score? That's big thing, but let's go with 3-1. Let's go with 3-1. Brighton versus Spurs can be an interesting game. Actually, this we have got a lot of interesting games this weekend. This weekend we have got some big games here. If we see Tottenham, 3 wins and a loss in the 4 games, and if we see Brighton, 2 losses, 1 win and a draw. Not a very good start. Spurs looks well. Spurs look good. Their midfield looks uh, really well. I think it's hard for Spurs not to concede, so I'll go with a 3-1. Yeah, let's go with 3-1 then. Burnley versus Nottingham. It, I think this might be a draw, a 0-0, 1-1 draw. Let's look at how they have been performing. Burnley, 3 losses and a win. And if we look at Nottingham, Nottingham, 2 losses, 1 win and a draw. So nothing much to choose between them. I'll go with a 1-1 draw at this moment. West Ham and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are doing okay, I would say. They haven't lost yet. They haven't lost yet. They've won 1 game and 3 draws. They haven't lost. On the other hand, West Ham are really struggling. On the pitch issues, off the pitch issues, they are really struggling. I'll go with a 2-0 victory for West Ham. I'll go with 3-1 actually. Or Jeragon might just score. Wolves are in a relegation form. Wolves are in a relegation form. Even Leeds not playing well. Four losses out of four. Wolves are really, really, really struggling up there. Do I go with a win for Leeds? I would go with, 2-2 or a 1-1 draw for Wolves versus Leeds. I'll come to this later. United versus Chelsea. I'll come to this game later. One of the biggest games this weekend. And of course, we got Arsenal versus Man City. But let's move ahead with Fulham versus Brentford. Fulham versus Brentford, if you look at the form here, one they were Fulham are coming with a win, two draws and a loss and a win. They were kind of unlucky with against Chelsea. That disallowed goal of Josh Josh King, Josh King. So not the best of forms. Again, if you look at Brentford, almost similar kind of you know season so far for both of them. Will it be a draw? I think I'll go for a draw 1-1 or 2-1 draw. But Fulham are mm, good when it comes to attacking front here. Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Newcastle have played well against Barca. I'll go with, let's see how Bournemouth is playing. Three wins and a loss. Bournemouth is playing well as well. And when it comes to Newcastle, one win, two draws, and a loss. Maybe Newcastle is just finding their feet. Uh, Nothing much to choose from here. Maybe a 2-1 scrapey win for Newcastle. Sunderland versus Aston Villa. Villa is struggling. Villa is struggling. Villa is struggling. Sunderland might just win it 1-0 or 2-0. Or it just might be a draw actually. Let's see where we are. Two draws and two losses in four games. Not good enough. Not good enough. So 2-0 for Sunderland. Okay, Arsenal versus City. City are back after beating Manchester United in the Manchester Derby and also winning their game quite comfortably in the UEFA Champions League. So they will be high on confidence. Arsenal, on the other hand, have been really good since the start of the season. If we see, probably they have conceded one goal. Is it? They have probably conceded one goal, and that to a brilliant strike, brilliant free kick from Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, yeah. So that is they are defensively really strong. On the other hand, if we look, no, Liverpool, they have conceded four goals in four games. So and City been has not been great. Two losses and two wins. They have also conceded four goals. And look at Chelsea, they have scored nine, but they've conceded three goals. And that has given two draw. Look at Manchester United. Four game into the season, and they have already conceded seven goals, going with a GD of -3. That's really poor. We'll come to Chelsea and United later, but Arsenal looks defensively really, really solid. Uh, Man City have conceded goals, but it's a big game, so you expect Man City players and Pep Guardiola to turn up. But again, it's Arsenal's home game. I might just give an edge to Arsenal here. Uh, 2-1 to Arsenal. 2-1, 2-1, 1-0 scrappy, or the narrowest of margins. And the stay humble derby, as it has been called since some time. United versus Chelsea. Okay. United are in really, really bad form. United are in really bad form. Their players are struggling. Manager looks a little bit of clueless. Even his statements aren't that great. Having said everything, when it comes to Chelsea versus Manchester game, Chelsea have always struggled. It doesn't matter how uh, poor Manchester is playing or how good Chelsea is playing. It really doesn't matter when it comes to this game. When it comes to Chelsea versus Manchester United, and especially in Old Trafford, I think we haven't won since 2013, if I'm not wrong. And for some reason, we struggle against Manchester United. Even in our best seasons, we struggle to take point, win against Manchester United. And having said that, in Old Trafford, this can be really, really tough. Players look tired. Players look tired in the Champions League game. The players looked really tired. They're playing constantly. Even in the international break, Chelsea players were playing. Cucurella was playing. Uh, Joe Pedro was playing. Yes, they were scoring. They were providing assists and everything. But the players are really tired. So is Maresca under pressure? Maresca is under pressure to deliver results. If I say Maresca is under pressure that he might be sacked, no, it's not. He's not under pressure to sack, but he's just a bit under pressure to deliver the results, especially after a demoralizing loss at Allianz Arena against Bayern Munich, 3-1. That showed that these players are young, these players are yet to be right up there when it comes to the top teams like Bayern, Barca, or Real Madrid. We are not yet there. These players need time, but they will definitely get it. We have seen quality from Paul Palmer. We've seen Enzo had a really poor game, but uh, let's come back to Manchester United versus Chelsea. As I was saying, Chelsea have struggled always in the past 12, 13 years. What do I go with the prediction? No, I cannot. I cannot predict the loss. Definitely not. The fan in me, the Chelsea fan in me, cannot. Or the Chelsea fan in me will push me to, predict a win here. I want a win here. I hope a win here. But we are not the best defensively. We are conceding goals. So I'll give one to United and maybe two because I don't I can't go on with 3-1 or 2-1, 3-1 or 4-1 victory for Chelsea. So these are my predictions for this game week. You can put your predictions up there in the Premier League official site, official score predictor Matchday 5, and do let us know what do you think, who is going to win and who is going to score, what are your score predictions. Thank you so much for watching.